we're given to understand that Diwali celebrations that were set to take place in the parliament in Canada have now been cancelled. The event stands cancelled after Canada's opposition leader, Pierre Poilievre, has announced cancellation of the event that was slated to take place. This decision, as we understand, has drawn criticism from overseas friends of India-Canada, who labelled the cancellation as discriminatory, and organisers are now demanding an apology, describing the act as insensitive and against the Indian community in Canada. Ms. Dahiya, your first response to this, how do you view this? The leader of opposition has announced cancellation of a Diwali event that was to take place in the parliament.
Of this specific cancellation of Diwali celebrations, especially, I think this can be now seen as a strategic movement, a strategic push on the side of Canada to cover up for the intelligence leak, because we have seen time and again in international law and also in international relations that how a lot of countries, especially Western nations, have this tendency of covering up their leads of engaging into these strategic intelligence leaks, and also especially the significant opprobrium that they've been now inviting, especially from India and also from other countries as well. So I think now this can be seen as this strategic move to cover up the kind of mess that Canada has now brought itself into. Of course, because this cannot just be seen as a bilateral issue now. This becomes more of an issue for international law. So, of course, it needs to be something much more robust to cover it up, right? So I think now this becomes a strategic move to shift attention from what is actually happening on ground and what is more important to be noticed here. And I think this now becomes a move to shift attention from intelligence leaks to now taking it up to, kind of an issue which can be resolved bilaterally, a kind of an issue which can be seen more on the side of cultural diplomacy, right? Because now this cancellation of a very important festival in Canada, now this can be seen on the lens of cultural diplomacy. This can also be seen as, a move on the side of Canada to shift away into attention from very, very critical arenas like intelligence to much more soft power side cultural diplomatic issues.
All right, Ms. Dahiya, we have to leave it at that. Appreciate you speaking to us. What remains to be seen is whether an MEA gives its response to that first admission coming in from the Canadian minister. For now, here's a look at other stories that we are tracking. At a rally near the White House, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris pledged to put quote-unquote country above party with just 1 week left before the election day, which is on 5th of November. Kamala Harris committed herself to working for all Americans as thousands gathered in support, expressing confidence in her campaign.